Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. This video finds us in our Atlas Kraken, and I'm reviewing this hero mech as well as other hero mechs. It's all part of PGI's Beach Party event. Now the event is going on from the time this video is posted through August 4th, 2022, so you've got plenty of time to join in the fun. And among the loot to be earned, you have the opportunity to choose a free hero mech. Now they don't do this often, so make sure you get in there and earn your free mech as well as all the other loot. And I'm going to be reviewing as many hero mechs as possible to help you out with the choice process. So let's play a quick domination match on Canyon Network while we talk about what you can expect from your brand spanking new Atlas Kraken fresh from the factory. So the stock loadout gives you a single Gauss rifle, one LRM-20, two ER large lasers, as well as two medium lasers for backup, and you're also toting an XL engine for speed. So on the whole, not too bad. You have a 63 alpha and a max speed of 48 kph. Now, shifting gears here a little bit and taking a look at the quirks. The quirks are fairly basic with this mech. There's some minor range, heat, and cooldown quirks, but the big thing this brings to the table is the armor quirks. If you look at the massive armor quirks this mech has, on top of the massive amounts of armor it already brings to the table, you can quickly see why this mech is such a beast on the battlefield. Now on top of that, hopefully you noticed lower down in the quirk category, there was also a critical chance reduction. In other words, it reduces your exposure to getting critted, and that was a 40% reduction. That's a massive boost to survivability in this mech. So on the whole, this mech brings a lot to the table, survivability being key. And in previous videos I've spoken about long-range weapons platforms. This one definitely would qualify with that loadout as a standoff weapons platform, delivering really good damage at long ranges. So in this first match, I've managed to push a bad location. I don't have the support from my teammates, and the enemy is able to focus me from multiple angles, and they quickly put me down. I do manage to finish with a single kill, most damage dealt, 617 damage done, and the huge takeaway is I tanked 748 damage, and that is why the Atlas is such a beast on the battlefield. Moving over to our next drop, this again finds us playing domination mode, but this time we're playing on the Mining Collective. And we just discussed about positioning in an assault mech, and this is a prime example. I am in a horrible position, and that's because I am a very slow moving mech. We dropped in the Fox 6 corner, and I was too slow to come across and link up with my teammates who were pushing Delta line. So as it stands, the enemy has rotated towards Echo 5, and there's several units to the left here that I keep peeking and poking at. I'm a little hesitant to try and push the open ground for fear of being focused, and it looks like my teammates are actually rotating somewhat back towards me. Now I also notice on my mini-map that there is an enemy over towards Echo 6. I saw him light up there a couple of times, and I think he's trying to be cheeky and get a back shot on me, and sure enough he is. There's a gargoyle. So this is where my loadout is different from what was on the stock loadout, in the fact that I can take out a gargoyle and 2 alphas. And that's because my build is swapped out for 2 large pulse lasers that you saw in action earlier, an AC-20, 2 SRM-6s. The only thing that I kept were the 2 medium lasers from the stock build. And most importantly is I've switched out the XL engine for a light engine. Yes, this is a much more in-your-face, brawly approach to the mech. It's one that I like compared to the stock build. Direct comparison is the stock loadout gave you a 63 alpha with 48 kph. This build gives me a 77.8 alpha with 52 kph. And the biggest thing that I want to point out is the stock build came with an XL engine. I'm not going to say that's good or bad, but we all know the Inner Sphere XL engines, if you lose a side torso, you lose your mech. With a light engine, I can lose the side torso, and while my mech will be wounded, I'll still remain in the fight. And that's one of the biggest things that I like, especially if I'm going to be more of a mid-range and brawly build. Now, I'm not saying the XL engine is wrong. There are certain builds and certain situations where it's perfectly fine. In fact, the stock loadout with the XL engine might just work because Atlases have a lot of armor and are very tanky. And if you position yourself correctly and are doing long-range trading, hopefully you're minimizing the effectiveness of the enemy weapons. So you might find your survivability is just as good. The drawback is going to be you're not going to have the firepower that I just displayed if you get into a brawling situation. So there's lots of things that you can do with this mech. Obviously, it's got enough size and tonnage to bring just about any weapon system that you can imagine to the board, and hopefully I've been able to show you just what a tanking beast this mech can be, and definitely is a must-have in the assault category, is to get yourselves some type of Atlas, maybe even a free Kraken. Finishing off this drop, we get 2 fairly impressive kills and a total of 586 damage done.